There comes a time when a player becomes too big for the football club they're playing at. Whether you look at the likes of Jack Grealish or even Ronaldo at Sporting, there comes a time for a player needs to move on from that club. The same is happening with Allan Saint-Maximin at Newcastle. Hey guys, we talk football here, and today we look at if Allan Saint-Maximin is too big for Newcastle United. Newcastle could very well find themselves in the bottom 3 by next month, especially the way 18th place Fulham have been playing as of late. Newcastle United have sufficient talent to fight for a place among the top 10, but the outdated ultra-defensive tactics implemented by Steve Bruce have held this team back for too long. Yes, the Magpies are playing better now as they play with more emphasis on the attack, but it might be too little, too late. With Callum Wilson out for 8 weeks with a hamstring injury, the front line lacks a lethal finisher when they need one the most. Dynamic midfielders such as Allan Saint-Maximin and Miguel Almiron are now expected to guide the team towards survival, but that is not what they signed up for. That is especially true for Saint-Maximin. To this day, it is still a mystery how Newcastle convinced this top talent to join them in the first place. At the time he was signed, the Magpies had no manager, and he was sold a lie by Bruce after he was hired that the European football is a key objective for the club. Last season saw Newcastle United earn a 13th place finish in a large part due to luck. That luck has clearly run out this term as the team is barely holding its head above water despite the teams currently in the bottom 3 being dreadful. Some of you might argue that Newcastle United would be in more comfortable position at the moment had Saint-Maximin not been affected by COVID-19 for 2 months. And that is true, but the overall situation will, in my opinion, lead to his transfer request this summer. Saint-Maximin wants to be a key player who can influence the outcome in game, and he is already doing that. As we saw in the game against Manchester United, he was the only player who really wanted to attack the goal, and he got himself a goal in that game. The problem lies in Saint-Maximin looking for an overall support cast. He wants a stronger team around him. He wants to play in a team composed of confident players who are trained to take the game to their opponents. Bruce's inconsistent formations and the team selections place an extremely low ceiling on Saint-Maximin. The 23-year-old winger is entering his prime, and he deserves a bigger stage to showcase his talent. If Mike Ashley, the Newcastle director, wakes up and finally decides to part ways with Steve Bruce, then Saint-Maximin might be willing to give his future at St. James one more chance. But the odds of that happening are slim. I'm sure for any Newcastle fan hearing this, they would want the Frenchman to stay. But realistically speaking, the grass is much greener on the other side, and nobody could blame him if he decides to leave this summer. Although Saint-Maximin's 2 goals and 3 assists in 15 Premier League appearances this year is nothing to scream and shout about, the winger being affected by COVID, as well as having a lack of support cast around him, had left him helpless sometimes. His electric skill and pace allow him to ease past defenders so quickly, and it brings a new light to the Premier League, in which the footballing world first saw him display at Nice, which earned him his £27 million move to Newcastle United. His transfer market value has grown since then, now being valued around the 35 to 45 million mark. Clubs will definitely be in the market, especially those looking for a skillful, pacey winger for Saint-Maximin this summer, and Newcastle better watch their backs. Although the forward is on a lucrative 6-year deal with Newcastle, which could raise his value a little bit more in the transfer market, I'm sure clubs who are desperate for a winger would not mind forking out the money. Taking a look at who would want him, first of all is Premier League rivals Manchester United. Selling a player to a club in your league is never easy, especially when that club is above you and you have had a rivalry with them. All boxes tick for Manchester United and Newcastle. It is no well-kept secret that the Red Devils were in the market for Jadon Sancho last summer, which in the end the Red Devils came out with nothing, but are set to be back on track for the right winger this summer. If things go out the same as last summer, United could look in the direction of Newcastle to the winger of Allan Saint-Maximin, who could bring a whole new dynamic to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's side. The other possible place for the Flying Frenchman could be a return back to Ligue 1, but this time with Ligue 1 dominators PSG. Obviously, Kylian Mbappe has been linked out of a move from PSG to another club from Real Madrid or Liverpool. So why not replace one Frenchman with another? It would complement Neymar's skillful play, adding another skillful winger who is not afraid to show his dazzle when he needs to be, and it would give PSG another dynamic down the left wing or right wing, wherever they choose to play him. And being so young, they could develop his talent alongside one of the greatest, Neymar as well, to develop him into one of the world's most deadliest winger, more so than now. Let us know what you guys think in the comments down below. Where do you think Saint-Maximin will end up this summer? Or will he stay at Newcastle United? Please make sure to like, subscribe, and share. And we'll see you guys in the next one.